Now, there is a new TV advert for a washing powder that's being shown in India, and it's getting an awful lot of people talking. Do your men help at home? Does Mark help you?
Well, my husband does.
Yes.
My son doesn't. My
Right.
son, honestly, I'm at the end of my tether with him. He won't even let anyone into his bedroom now because there's just piles of stuff everywhere, glasses, empty pizza boxes, you name it. But Mark's actually really good. I've never used an iron in my house. My husband used to get up every morning, iron the kids' shirts for school and everything. He does all the ironing in the house.
Brilliant.
And I will say that if you ask him to do it, sometimes you have to remind him that things need doing. And if he does do something, he'll go like, I've loaded the dishwasher for you.
For you.
I've swept the floor for you.
Yeah.
I've tidied up for you. Do we ever say that to them? I've made your dinner for you. You just do it. But, I mean, it is mad because it is the dad that sees it. It's not the husband or anyone. It's the dad that's watching his daughter coming home from work and doing everything. I think it's absolutely...
And I thought that was key, wasn't it? Is that she's a working woman. Like so many women are now, and yet they're still coming home and doing, you know, the majority of the work.
I kind of got frustrated that he wrote her a letter because I kind of wanted him to get up and help her rather than just sit there watching.
But he does go home and help his wife.
But to sort of make an example to her husband, because actually for me, the older generation, I sort of understand it a bit because roles were a bit more traditional then. But for me, it's the modern husband that's the one who's at fault, that should be having a letter written to him because he's sitting there doing nothing and treating his wife like a slave. But yeah, I mean, my husband's a bit like your husband at the minute, on crutches.
Can't do much.
He would not know where the washing machine was. No. In fact, when I went away for a week and a half with some girlfriends, and I left him looking after our then 11-year-old, I thought he's going to have to wash her school shirts. He went to the second-hand uniform shop and bought 8. Just lined them all up so he didn't have to do it. Washing is not very good at, but, you know, dishwasher, all that sort of cooking.
He can cook.
All of that. And I think as long as you're divvying, don't focus on what they're
the
not
role
doing.
is.
I
think as long as you are both happy with the role, because it's very hard to do absolutely 50-50 share. You know, Eamon is very good around the house. You know, he's very house proud. You know, he would get everything done very quickly.
At the moment.
Housebound at the moment. So he's doing more than his fair share. But I'm very, very determined that Jack will not become a useless man. I'm not sending another one out into the world who can't do the dishwasher. You know, 'cause it's really not rocket science. So he, from a fairly young age, even when he was really little, I've got some great pictures to embarrass him with when he's older. I bought him the little ironing board, you know, and I've got a picture of him just in his T-shirt, no pants, doing the ironing. So just gradually I've just introduced that as he's grown up. And now he's just started to get an allowance, so we're doing this monthly thing to help him to know how to budget money, but he has to do jobs for that. And what he didn't realise is that when he doesn't do the jobs, I now take the money away.
Good for you.
Because there's got to be a consequence, you know, because otherwise they end up just not doing it, because we end up getting frustrated as women, going, oh, for goodness sake, I'll do it.
Well, don't you think we're our own worst enemy, though, in that way, sometimes? That we do take over. Well, I can do it better.
Or quicker.
And I'm going to be really un-PC and say I think there are certain things we are better at it than them. Honestly, you know, as you know, my house is a man-free zone, so I have a really clean bathroom.
We're all coming to move in.
Yes, with candles and a clean toilet with no stains on it.
And the sink's always down.
No hair in the sink. But I do think there are certain things that we're just better at, and I'm sorry, and it's horrible to say, and it's so un-PC, but, you know, if you take a single woman's house and you take a single man's house, obviously I'm generalising here, we're just cleaner, it just comes more naturally to us.
But
I think it does.
Is it natural?
They're rubbish at that stuff.
But is it natural, June, or is it because we saw our mothers doing it, and it's just inbuilt in us that we see women doing that, so then we follow suit?
Do you remember we were talking this morning, Ruth, and you were saying about your son when his male friends came over and the girlfriends came over and they just knew how to stack everything properly.
It was really funny. Jack had a party and I got these 2 of those kind of garden trugs to put ice in, and I just chucked them all out in the garden, and I had all these big things of drinks, and I said, right, separate those out, put some Coke, some things, some orangeade, and split it up. And there were 2 boys, and they were like this, handing one tin to each other like this. And then 2 of Jack's friends, friends turned up, and they said, oh, can I give you a hand? I said, yeah, well, the boys boys are supposed to be doing that, and they literally pushed them out the way. She went, what are you doing? Pushed them out the way, and they had, in seconds, they had a system. They were handing stuff to each other. It was done like that, minutes.
Yeah.
And that, you know.
I agree with you that I do think it's learned behaviour, because it's actually a nonsense, I think, no disrespect, that you say that men can't sort of do the same things that women do. I think that they just don't choose to.
No.
I think they've just not... It's just... They've
They
just
do
not
it
been
badly, then we don't
around
ask
it.
them again.
Well, that's the trouble, isn't it?